Good morning, everyone. Are you having a wonderful new year? Raise your hand if you're having an exceptionally wonderful new year. Okay. And raise your hand if you're not. Okay, so things aren't going well for a couple of you. All right, they're going to get better. They're going to get better. Let's think of them that way. Is there anybody here from another unity? Anybody here for the first time? Raise your hand high. If you're here for the first time, we have a gift for you. And the ushers will come out. Keep your hand up. We got these people picked out. Okay, good. We just had a discussion following the first service. And there was like this consensus that people were talking about. The whole idea of spiritual practice and the things you have to do and meditation, and it sounds so tedious, like you have to get these things involved in your life, etc. And then someone said, and it wasn't me, but someone in the group said something that everybody agreed upon, that if you look at life as a gift, everything in life is a gift. Even the difficult things in life that cause you to have to rethink something, go through something, or have grief about something. It's a gift because it's really developing your soul consciousness. So if you look at life as a gift in every way, then you have this gratitude for it. Even if it's difficult, problematic, you can have gratitude. And you start to have gratitude, you learn to have gratitude for no apparent reason. So that's great. Life is a gift. We have another gift coming in a few minutes. Syntysche will be out here to share a talk. She was off last week, so she's really going to be excited and spiritually driven to share with you a talk that really will move your mind to love and peace. Look forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Just want to say hi to everyone here who's joining us live in person and everyone who's at home watching us online. We love sharing our Sundays with you. It is what we do, and it is our pleasure. So thank you very much. I've got a few announcements of upcoming things. The first thing I'd like to announce is, or actually welcome Zoilita Grant here to our stage. She has been a friend of Unity of Boulder's for many, many countless years. She's going to be teaching a workshop next Sunday, and I'm going to have her tell you a little more about it.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here to talk to you. You know, all of my life, I've felt a really deep call to try and discover who we are, where we're going, what is our purpose, our true soul purpose in life. This has led me for more than 60 years to explore different kinds of spiritual traditions, to learn different kinds of healing modalities. Some of the most powerful experiences that I've had myself and been able to facilitate in other people are really connected to shamanic journeys and the exploration of past lives. Whether you think about a past life as being a metaphor or a literal experience, the connection to your own soul is a very, very powerful experience. One of the things that I've discovered is that the soul in its journeys through life is gathering different kinds of gifts and abilities. And that it is really possible for you, through the help of your own soul, to go on a journey into a past life where you had a gift, a talent, or an ability that you could access and bring back into the 21st century to really improve the quality of your life. And I feel really honored to have the opportunity next Sunday to share this experience with you all. So I'd like to invite you to come to find a gift from a past life that you can bring into a stronger connection inside of yourself and it will improve the quality of your life in the 21st century. So thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Zoilita. Zoilita is a spiritual life coach, and I personally have seen her transform multiple people's lives with my own eyes. This lady's the real deal. Please come check out her class. It is next Sunday. It is from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. It's $60. You can sign up in the bookstore. You can sign up at the door. You can call us over the phone. You can sign up online. So please sign up for that. You will not regret it. This Thursday evening at 6, we are having a Tantra speed dating class. And this is not technically Unity of Boulder's event. We're kind of partnering with this group, and people hear the word Tantra and go, wait, what is this? This sounds like some kind of a little loose speed dating type of situation, but you're thinking of tantric, not tantra. This is a beautiful spiritual event. It is a speed dating format where you meet people in rapid succession, and it's about a 2-hour-long class. If you are interested in joining it, there's a flyer out in the lobby that tells you how to find out more about they'll give you a lot more detail about it, but I absolutely urge you, if you're looking for a partner, it's a wonderful group, and it's led by wonderful people. Today, following this service at 1 p.m., Steve Hayes is going to be leading his conscious communication class downstairs in the YOU room. It's a suggested love offering of $15. You don't have to sign up. All you have to do is show on up. We got multiple different ways you can give that love offering to it, but Steve is a wonderful teacher who's been teaching conscious communication for over 20 years. So go check that out. Also coming up here, we have a woman's experience coming up here. This is a celebration. It's titled Embodying Our Wild and Sacred Feminine. This is coming up January 29th. Now, this is a group that Syntysche got invited to in Lyons and was so blown away by it that when she came home, I visibly saw a difference on her face, and she liked it so much that she met the people and some of the people in the group she knew and said, you've got to bring this to Unity of Boulder. So that's January 29th. It's $85. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. That's a Sunday afternoon. I know all the people who lead it. They are absolutely wonderful. So please, ladies, please come on out to this. You will not regret it. Syntysche swears by this group. So come check that out. Now I'd like to welcome out today's musical guest, Marcy. Well, welcome back to the stage, Marcy Baruch. So take it away.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so grateful to be here this morning with you. The lovely Olivia Newton-John made this song come alive in a way that I've never heard anyone be able to do before, and it's a privilege to be able to share this with you. It's called Grace and Gratitude, and I invite you to, if it feels right, let yourself surrender into a stream of grace, a stream of thankfulness that is perhaps carrying you, if that feels like a fit for you. All I feel is all Thank you so much. Thank you.
As always, you're just amazing. Thank you. Oh. Couldn't you just listen to her for an hour and we'd just be good? We'd just be transformed into this beautiful life that we are all living. And I'm going to be talking about that today because my talk title today is Falling in Love Again for the first time with life, with this beautiful life that we have. And this is the fourth talk of a talk series that I've been giving called Healing to Completion, which I had planned on completing before Christmas, but then it was Christmas week and I didn't want to do this talk. I needed to do a more Christmassy talk, so it's fitting that it's today that I'll be talking about falling in love again, because honestly, I needed the break after Christmas to fall in love. Just with the peace of life, it's such a wonderful opportunity to be able to serve this community through the holidays and be there for everyone and put on a production like we did at Christmas Eve this year. And this year was extra special for me because, as you all know, the world is changing and things have been changing for the last few years. And it set a lot of us up into a survival mode, sort of, because it just so many things were falling away. And so I think many of us got caught up in that survival and just keeping up with life and trying to function. And we've lost that peaceful just observation of the awe of life. Like, it's all still good. It's all still beautiful. And we have to step out of that fight or flight state that we kind of went into for a few years, and me included, to really observe how blessed we truly are, that grace and gratitude for everything, So during the production this year, it's just change, and many of our original soloists are moving on. Many have moved away, some have passed away. Some of our great singers that of all time are in different areas of their lives now, or they don't feel comfortable being in crowds. All those things have affected how we've done things in the past, and I felt that it was time to look for new singers, new people to come in, and it's hard to just do that when we didn't really realize all these people weren't going to be coming back. And so where I looked was in my living room to my children that have been singing their whole lives along with me, not really trained singers, but my oldest daughter is trained. And I said, I'm going to need you guys this year. You guys are going to, it's time. It's the next generation, right? It's time, but that meant there's that whole other level as mother and as a minister to bring my own children on the stage, because for me to sing is like second nature, but for them to sing, it's like, are they going to hold these harmonies and all this? So I wanted to share a little clip of them rehearsing in the living room while we're figuring out their whole thing here. This is them practicing in my living room. Just to give you a behind the scenes, it wasn't, if you saw the Christmas Eve service, you saw where it ended up, right? And that's mom sitting there going, okay, let's rehearse again. Like, it's playtime for them, it's time off for them, but for them, it's like, I'm like, I need you, and they stepped up, and it was wonderful, and so many things happened in that time with them. There was a reverence for my mom and my father, and flashbacks of me with my brothers singing in the old church, and we were the soloists a lot of the time, and how we learned all the harmonies, and that creative outlet that has been shared from our family. Our family's creative outlet is music, right? Dancing. Some people are sculptors, some people are artists. I love all arts, but it's such a wonderful way to express spirit, is to find that something that you get to share that moves and touches others, right? It reminds them of falling in love with their life somehow by experiencing something. And to finally bring my children into being a part of that conduit, of giving from what God has given them, to bring and evoke the meaning of Christmas and the New Year. So thinking of my mom and her working with these massive choirs, back in the day, she had 50 people that she was doing, and then she was practicing with us in the living room, and she was doing all this, and it was just such a sense of, how did she do all that? And a reverence of, wow, isn't she amazing? Wasn't my dad amazing? How did they do it all? And now I'm doing all of it, and instead of feeling like it's overwhelming, which was how I kind of went into it, it was, oh, this is divine unfoldment. All these older singers are moving on, and it's not personal. It's time for the younger generation to feel this evoked sense of light and connection with all people. How do we give back? How do we fall in love with life again? And they fell in love with it. And that's what I've heard from everybody that witnessed them singing that day. They enjoyed themselves, sharing, right? And that's falling in love with life all over again. So falling in love in a way for the first time with your changed observation of seeing only perfection for the present now, and experiencing the whimsy of wondering if the universe will love you back just the way you have been swept away in this love, as if it were your first boyfriend or girlfriend. The difference is, though, the universe is conscious and honorable. Right? Because a lot of us, it could be a trigger when we're like, let's think about the first time we fell in love. Right? But we're gonna visit that a little bit more. So for 2023, for myself and for you, my wish is that we can rest and be in peace again. That we can actually go about in our lives and resume the heartbeat of the Mother Earth and work with that tide. And not this tide of fight or flight, or this tide of patching things up or fixing all the things that are falling away. It doesn't have to fall away anymore. Things are going to fall away, but we can stay in peace and in love with this magical life. And if we're feeling that hurry and we're feeling that fear and we're feeling anything, because we know the opposite of love is fear, we have to come back, and the best way we do that is going into nature. So often, those who feel like they are here for a reason sense that time is running out. This is something I hear a lot. And they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you are never too old, and you're never too inspired. You just have to get inspired again. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. Don't race ahead. That's what a lot of us have been doing, trying to race ahead to make sure we don't end up in quicksand or muddy water. To trust that the universe, again, is honorable and conscious, that it's for you. But it's us that gets in fear, that thinks that we have to overcome all these things by ourselves. And it's that aloneness and forgetting that omniscience and that omnipresence that is our life conducted with this divine through us. Nothing can hurt us, make us afraid, or take something away from us. And if it's taken away, it's surely rushed in with something even better, the next divine unfoldment, right? Everything has a season, and we are all being called to trust the one we are in right now. Don't let impatience or comparison, competition or paranoia disturb the seeds. Fall in love with all of it, even the stuff that's hard. Fall in love with all of it, because there's something in that contrast that's making you love more and more something of your life. Like Keeney Christie said something to me on New Year's Eve, and you know her as one of the greatest soloists of all time up here. She happened to be in town. We went to lunch, and she said, it was actually the day before I talked on the phone. And she said, I think the greatest New Year's resolution that you can do is to look back on your year and find what was wonderful. And then figure out on New Year's Eve how you can add on to that. What is already wonderful, already flowing, already beautiful, and add unto that. The other stuff will start to fall away as we focus on the things that bless our heart, bless our life, make us excited, make us wake up and excited, clicking our heels for the day and like, yes, I have another opportunity to face this amazing life, right? Marianne Williamson says it this way. It's all arranged for you to discover that your power is bigger than all your problems, both personal and collective. And when you have remembered who you are, your problems, which are literally nothing other than manifestations of your forgetfulness, will disappear. Our manifestations of your forgetfulness with this oneness, with this divine guidance, will disappear. Well, you think that would be a miracle, you might say, and that is precisely the point. Miracles happen when we're in divine unison and union with this greater something, this greater love. We call God, source, spirit, creator, whatever word makes you feel hugged and held and seen. That just, you have my back, spirit. I'm good. So what we have all been learning during the series, and if you want to look on YouTube and type in Unity of Boulder, you can visit the other 3 sermons all taking place in December. What we have all been learning during the series is a profound upgrade in your level of consciousness, an ability to process and master your empathic ability instead of you being overwhelmed by them, and how to take life not so personally. It's an opportunity to learn how to live in harmony with uncertainty, how to have a deeper connection with your highest wisdom, and best of all, how to remember the truth and the power of your spirit. So this talk series has been about remembering when spirit has rushed in. We looked back on our lives when we had a situation where it felt overwhelming or we felt disconnected, and something showed us with such a surety that there is something greater, to remind us that that is always available to us when we open up to it. It's only us that cuts us off from those miracles every single day. It's our fears, it's our stresses, it's our blinders that we put on and just trying to force the human way instead of the spiritual way. Remembering that spirit is real and looking back on the signs and symbols that have happened in your life to prove that it is real. And the other part about the series has been about remembering your own soul. Remembering that there's something unique about each and every one of you that is needed and being called for your family, for your extended family, and for this world. We're all spiritual leaders. We all are here to now bring this kind of light and love into this world. And we will watch the transformation happen. This heightening of consciousness we've been talking about and studying massively this last year. So there's a world-renowned astrologist named Baruch Goldsmith, and she said this about 2023. 2023 is predominantly about earth and water. So we've got water. And we've got the heart chakra right there. So I'm trying to honor as many visuals as we can to let's bring this into our system. We're starting out the year is about senses, feeling and savoring all the good things in life. So we have to stay focused on keeping it good and not getting into the senses that can get us in trouble. You can fill in those blanks. So these are the lower natured senses. This could be alcohol, this could be drugs, this could be sugar, these tend to be the type of things that we're trying to dismantle in our lives so we can be fully realized and whole and high on spirit. The beginning of the year is about inner reflection and reflecting. Anything to do with Mother Earth. So think about Mother Earth. It's a slower earth. There's a peacefulness when you go out in nature. You can connect with your innate peace, as Lao Tzu said, nature does not hurry and everything is accomplished. Nature does not hurry and everything is accomplished. So this year is about learning not to hurry, not to rush. And through being centered in your own intuition, in your own guidance, you get everything done probably in half of the time. So the beginning of the year is supposed to get off to a slow start. So use this time constructively to reevaluate your life, what you want to accomplish this year, what you want to change, what you want to give, what you want to improve, and ask yourself empowering questions in that very earthly, slow way. Work on it consistently. And let's play on it. I like the word play instead of work on it. Let's play on it. Play on being calm. And water helps that. Sitting by a lake, sitting by an ocean, even looking at a body of water or even imagining a body of water in our mind's eye. This is helpful for us moving through and staying in this peaceful energy. So when we work with air, fire, earth, and water, when the current is water, we need to work with the water. And there's times that we have to work with fire on the earth. There's times, but this time it's about water. So bathtubs will be very healing. Going to hot springs in Idaho Springs, all these things are going to cleanse and bring us back to calm. The more people who are centered and grounded at this time, the easier it will be to deal with these changes as a human family we are going through. This is going to be a year of preparation, which we thought the last 3 years. We're going to be a year of preparation. We got another one, folks. Okay, here we go. Doing the groundwork on yourself is most important. Building muscles in areas where you know you need to build muscles. So do you have to be braver? Do we have to move out of that fear and move into love? Do we have to step into the talents and the treasures that God's given us in expression, right? We have to harness what our soul needs, what our soul wants, and what the soul can share. If you're doing those three things, talk about the Holy Trinity. That's the mind, body, and spirit in expression, right? And we have to find where we're being lazy, and that's exercise, again, substances, sugar, whatever area you're feeling like you're suffering and your innate being is telling you it's time to be done with this. When you know you're living out of alignment with your truth, right? It's easy to change things when you realize that Spirit will do it for you the second you own that you know you can't do it physically. Right? That's why we have to give things to God, things that no longer serve us, like overeating, overdrinking, right? That's why the new year is fresh and new. And this is why this is said in the AA book. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The courage, though, to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's important to know that you can change. You can have the courage to change something that might have been 5 years old. It could be 50 years old. And in this moment, if you're ready to stop doing something that you know is destructive in your being, ask Spirit to take it from you. And trust that it doesn't have to be hard. The world wants to say it's hard to make changes, but it's not hard. When you consciously make a decision, and it's a strong decision, and you ask Spirit to help you and guide you through it, it doesn't have to be hard. Hard is made up by the human condition. Spiritual evolution is like that. You want to step in and you want to be a twirling diva, you want to be a healer, you want to be intuitive, you want to be psychic, you want to be the expression of what all this is, all the possibilities of it. You will be like this. It's a decision. It's also a faith that something greater is always at hand. So great affirmations that we can use to move into this calm, empowered Mother Earth walk. The challenges of life can never break me. I have a lot of strength in my heart, and I trust love. I can easily access a reservoir of peace within me. My perspective is powerful. Stop questioning your perspective. As long as it's based in love then it's right. So often we need somebody else's backup. We talked about this in the series. Looking for someone else to validate that you are right to move forward into something. If you are not surrounded with people that believe in the miracle of you as expression, do not share it with anybody. Your perspective is right, and follow it. You don't need anyone to do this for you. You can do this with God, and you know what that it is in you. Today is the beginning of 2023. You have the world in your hands. You have the spiritual world in your hands. What do you actually want this year? What are you willing to give this year? It needs both of those, because it's that giving and the receiving. That has to be even. If you think you can just keep pulling in and grabbing and not give back, that just doesn't work. It's cyclical. It needs to be both. You can't hide from God. Spirit knows. When you open up that person you're giving out like this, it fills it up tenfold. When you want love, you got to give that love out first, and then it fills you up tenfold. It's honorable. It's conscious. And you're fooling nobody but yourself if you think that you're cutting short in any of those areas. You're just letting yourself live in stagnation and quicksand, truly, until you can tell yourself the truth about your actions and how you're sharing in this world. I am receptive to new ideas. I am open to infinite possibilities. I say yes to new opportunities. That can be whatever. That could be a financial opportunity. That could be all sorts of things. You want to travel? See the universe making that financially possible. It's all possible. You just have to plant that seed with spirit and have faith. You might not know how it's going to happen. Just keep stepping in when the universe says, go. Go. And quit knocking on your old doors because they're closed, they've been locked, they've been shut for a long time, and you keep knocking those doors going, why doesn't it work that way anymore? Because it doesn't. Because we've been awakening for all these few years. You got to find those doors that are just wide open with angels singing, calling to you. And you'll find those angels in nature. Go walk in nature. It's been freezing these last few weeks while I was off and doing a staycay. I just put on warm clothes and got out there every day with my dog and just watched him smile and play in that snow. And I always came back feeling a sense of, I have the most amazing job. I have the most amazing husband. I have the most amazing parents. I have the most amazing congregation. I have the most amazing children. So, as we enter a new phase of empathic empowerment and heart-centered mastery, it is such a joy to be here with you. Such a joy to be here with you. No matter the social climate of our awakening world in view, as a way of honoring this new year, while new beginnings may symbolize the actualization of different experiences, it also includes the revisiting of timeless realities from renewed perspectives, of higher awareness in honor of the sacred nature of our timeless reality from the heart. So we are still going to have stuff come up from the past. That's part of it, because as we open up that heart more and more, a little more will be dragged up for us to heal and release. That's just part of it. We think at some point we're going to get to this pinnacle where at the top we're awakened, man. Yeah, I don't have to deal with any of this anymore. No, as we open and open, you'll get little pieces to resolve, right? Because that just awakens and awakens and awakens us more and more. So by visiting this talk title, Falling in Love, in a way for the first time, with your changed observation of seeing only perfection for the present now, and experiencing the whimsy of wondering if the universe will love you back, just the way you have been swept away in love, as if it were your first boyfriend or girlfriend. And again, just always remember, it's not human, it's spiritual. The universe is spiritual, so humans make mistakes in love, but spirit does not. You can trust that. You can trust that love. So I'm going to take you in a little visualization where we're going to revisit falling in love for the first time. So I'm just have you put your feet flat on the floor and just get in the presence of this room. And I'm going to have you think about the first time you fell in love. And now think about the last time you fell in love. Was it with a person? Was it an animal? Was it with a song or a piece of art? Was it a thought or an idea? I bet many of you are smiling right now because you can feel it. If you can't retrieve the feeling, conjure one. We've all seen great love stories like The Notebook. Refamiliar yourself with the awesomeness of the feeling of falling in love. It's called falling in love because it is a moment out of your control. It is bigger than you. For a lot of us, that first love was a reintroduction to the experience of oneness. Didn't you think it would be smooth sailing from there? Unfortunately, for many of us, it wasn't. Falling in love is a uniquely individualized experience, yet it's such universal force. Everyone can relate to it. It's motivated much of art and storytelling in all its forms throughout time. It has driven the evolution of the human species. If you sat with it, you could trace the path that feelings taken throughout your journey. Wasn't falling in love really amazing? Think about the impact on your life falling in love has had, satisfying that human need. The question is, why isn't falling in love a daily part of our life? If you limit the idea of falling in love to an object, whether to a partner, a child, a pet, then immediately, and from that point forward, that object is tasked with either maintaining, reciprocating, protecting, honoring, respecting, living up to whatever your own parameters of love are. How does it usually work out? Love is calling us to transcend all of the objects we have burdened it with. When you are consciously engaged in a relationship with anything, then realigning with love is maintaining the momentum, the intention that you set out in coming together. What happens in these types of relationships where love, once it's objectified, now depends on all the factors surrounding that object to maintain your happiness, it's bound to fail. As Esther Hicks says, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. I think it would be safe to say the way we relate to love, we can just as easily fall out of it. And so I think there's something wildly beneficial about making falling in love a regular part of the intention of your day. It doesn't have to be something you have to commit yourself to for the rest of your life, for richer, poorer, or sickness and health. It could be just something as simple as stopping long enough to really appreciate a hug, a smile, or the perfection of a sunset. If it's the feeling you're aligning with and not the object, it will get really easy. You will be able to tap into that frequency easily. So I ask you to come back into this room and feeling into how you can bring that falling into love, in love again, with your present life here and now. And for me, when at the beginning of this was written by a good friend of mine. We've been walking in the woods for the last few weeks talking on this topic, and he wrote this from our conversation. I really had to think about when was the first time I fell in love. Like, I really wanted to take that in. And I had a first husband, and I married my junior high school sweetheart, and we had a daughter right at the beginning of me being 23 years old. And I thought I knew what love was. But I really didn't know what it was to fall in love until I held my daughter, Arenya. Beyond the love of my mom and dad and my siblings, I had not experienced that kind of unconditional love in a human experience. And when I held her, everything was right. I didn't have to figure out what I wanted to do for a living. I didn't have to figure out what I wanted to be. It was like, none of that mattered. I knew that would all fall in place because this love was everything. Later on, I did get to finally fall in love with a significant other. I'm not saying I didn't love my junior high school sweetheart, but we were awful to each other. You know, we were kids, right? When you look back, really, that wasn't love when I look back from the perspective. It was at that time, but nothing was like that unconditional love with her. And then I did get significant others that I did fall in love with. But nothing has touched the love of my children. Having children was the greatest thing of my life. But I know that's part of my purpose. Some people don't feel that call. But nothing makes me more whole in my life than being around my children. And that I fall in love with them every single day, every time I see them, watching them explore this life and worrying about them and all the things that we do as moms, right? But I just really want to honor my daughter, Arenya, because she is the very first time I fell in love. Thank you.
Well, we have freely received, had the opportunity to freely give. That's what she's relating to. Giving and receiving is all part of life and the cycles of life. So now we will have the opportunity with our ushers coming down. I never cease to marvel how things can evolve and change. When I see Syntysche up here sharing her awareness, it's amazing, because when Syntysche was born, I had a dream of her sitting in an okra sari in a meditation position with her hands out like this and her eyes closed. And it was a vision of her as she is today, but that's when she was born. And there were so many times in her growing up that I said, where did that vision come from? Because that's not her. But it has turned out to be her, so there's hope on the horizon for everybody. So, we bring our offerings to mind, that which we'd like to give to Unity of Boulder, to continue to share and spread the truth that will be helpful in the lives of others. Let's bless this offering with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And now we have Marcy to share her amazing music with us once again.
Thank you, Jack. Oh, I am full. tree of life, one living body, one life. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. Why not do amazing things? You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Oh, yes, you will.
Thank you. We want to let you know that we have prayer partners available to you. They're wearing these beautiful white sashes over here. If you're facing a challenge today, just stay seated in your seat, and one of them will come and find you and take you to our beautiful meditation room and pray with you. I want to remind you about Zolita's workshop next week. Zolita has been a mentor of mine for many, many years. She's helped me through major challenges in my life and majorly helped my daughter overcome all sorts of things, my youngest daughter. She is a healer. She has got abilities. You do not want to miss this workshop. I brought her especially because she is so important to me, so please sign up for her workshop today. All right, let's all rise and close with our closing song. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here to God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Beautiful singing. I want to let you know that I'll be holding a group afterwards if you want to discuss the sermon at the back of the sanctuary in 10 minutes.